Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, and today I'm back with episode number 51 of my Pittsburgh Pirates franchise series here on MLB 17 The Show. So we've got the mid-season episode for year number 6 now it is, I do believe, the year 2022. So we are 36-18 so far. We've gotten off to a pretty good start. It was, I think we were 14-10 out of the gate, and then we actually really turned it on in the month of May. And are now up to like a 667 win percentage. You can see we don't have any good draft picks this year. That's actually going to hurt us, signing Seager and Lindor. But that's alright. We actually had our first few rounds, the last few drafts, haven't been that great. We've honestly been hitting more in like the later rounds, so maybe it will be more of the same this year. This Joe Johns, I think, seems like the best bet for our pick. It's either him or probably this starter, Jerry Gutierrez, but I actually don't like his pitching potential ratings. He has like good arm strength, arm accuracy, good stamina potential, and good break, I guess. Actually, the home run and walk per 9 aren't bad, but the control's good. The velocity and K per 9 is what concerns me, and the hits per 9. Only 55 hits per 9 is gonna be pretty tough to play with. But I think that Joe Johns, center fielder, even though he's only 5'8", I think he's gonna be the way to go. I don't know if he's going to be quite that good, but hopefully he's half decent. With our next pick, we could go with this guy, a relief pitcher prospect. And we haven't really drafted relievers in this game too much, but it could be the way to go. We don't really have too many well-scouted players left, so we'll take this guy. And I think with the rest of our picks, we're probably going to just try and take flyers on some of these guys, like maybe this Francis Wells or Henry Soriano, perhaps. Alright, so I'm going to go with Francis Wells first. Hopefully Henry Soriano also falls, because I really want to take them both. Oh, nope, he just got picked. Oh, that's too bad. Just got picked a few picks ahead of us. We'll go with this guy. Yeah, I think he's going to be our last pick. I'm pretty sure the draft will end right about now. Yep. So we exit, sim 4 today, and then sign our draft picks. So this guy, Joe Johns, turned out to be a pretty good pick. 87 potential, 70 overall, and he's got good contact versus left, good fielding ratings, good steal, speed, so solid pick right there. I don't know if he's going to be like a superstar or anything, especially not at the plate, but Jimmy Bassick, not a great pick. We're still going to sign him. Francis Wells, also not a great pick. And I want to see Henry Soriano. I think he was drafted by Detroit. See what he turned out to be. See if he was he would have been a better option. He wasn't that good. So the team has been really good so far. Like I said, 36-18. I'll show you. This is where we really turned it on. This first week of May, we reeled off 8 in a row. Lost the first game to the Dodgers, then ripped off 6 more in a row. And then since then, we've been kind of up and down, I guess. Not too great, but we had that one really good stretch. The pitching's been pretty good so far. Tanaka, kind of a step down from last year, but DeGrom is having another good year. Alvarez was off to a really good start. He's slowed a little bit. Cueto's been good. Keller's been good. Same thing with him. He got off to a really hot start, and that's kind of slowed. The situation with the bullpen has been, we've gotten really good years out of these 4 guys so far. Osuna, Velasquez, Boyce, and Favre. But Diekman and Vieira have both kind of struggled. Vieira's gotten used a lot. This is what annoys me about, like, how is he throwing 36 innings, and Barrett Boyce has only thrown 14 2/3? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Felix Jorge, he's been okay. We have lots of depth for that spot. We have lots of options. Like, pretty much all of our depth pitching, Feliz, Lozano, Watley, Gutierrez, Hinton, they're all pitching pretty well at AAA. So I'm not really worried about that 5th starter spot. Eduardo Alez as well. And we could certainly trade a couple of those guys for a 5th starter. But other than that on the roster, we have Gary Sanchez, who has been playing pretty well, 321. It's off to a really hot start, actually. I didn't realize. Rubio is doing alright. He got called up at the end of April, or about midway through April. He's been doing pretty well. I'm pretty much playing him every day, and he has been hitting well, so I'm glad to stay. He's up to an 80 overall already, so this move is already paying off. Vigna has been solid. Only 6 home runs so far, a little bit down from his home run rate last year. Seager has struggled. Been definitely a disappointment. He's going to need to turn that around. Lindor has been pretty much what Lindor does. Esposito got off to a cold start, but he's gotten hot lately, and now turning things around a little bit. Marte has, wow, he's actually, look at that. Look at the walk rate this year. Hold on, let's see what the walk rate is. Wow, it's up to 12.2%. That's crazy. He had never been above 8.2 before. But now he's getting on base a lot. He's hitting for power as well. And Meadows has gotten off to a good start too. 927 OPS and 2.3 WAR already. So let's continue simulating forward. Don't care about the AAA team. Take 2 of 3 from New York. Now we've got 2 games against Baltimore, in Baltimore. And we split those. Now we're back home against Miami. Miami's not a very good team this year. This should be... Salgado's out for 6 months. That's too bad. He's one of our half-decent pitching prospects. We drafted him last year. So we take 3 or 4 from Miami. Now we've got a decent Colorado team here. They're about 500. And wow, we lose the first 2 games at home. We have an important organizational message. Mets waivers. They put Micah Johnson away. We don't care. I don't care, man. We don't need that guy. Alright, we do take 1 game from Colorado at least. Let's take a quick look at the division. And wow, the Cubs are having a really good year too. So they are pretty much equaling our pace so far, 44 and 22. Let's see what kind of year Polanco is having. He's not had a good year. 228, 777 OPS. The walk to strikeout is actually not that bad. He's still walking a lot, and I bet the BABIP is pretty low. He's only striking out 17.3% of the time, but he's only hitting 228. And it looks like Alvarez and Keller both getting cold a little bit. Alvarez's numbers are still good, though. Keller, hoping for a little bit more out of him in his second full season. Let's simulate up to here. So we've got 3 games against Chicago. Ooh, Woodson fractures his foot down in AAA, and Cueto breaks his hand. So that's a big loss. We're going to have to call up another starter. I think it's probably going to be Cliff Hinson at this point. He's been pitching really well down in AAA, and he's had experience starting for us in the past. So we're going to go to him in that spot and see how he does. Let's go 1 turn through the rotation. Starting to play better again, it seems. And ooh, Hinson takes a tough luck loss here. It looks like he didn't even give up a run in this start. Let's see. 8 or 6 innings, only 3 strikeouts, but 3 hits, no runs. And then, all right, who's our other 5th starter? I guess it's just Keller. So 1 more turn through the rotation before the end of the month. We lose 4 games in a row now. It's not good. Keep Cueto on the 10-day DL. I'm not putting him on the 60-day because we don't need the 40-man roster spots. We take 2 of 3 from Tampa. 51 and 28 right now. And we're a half game ahead of the Cubs. We'll do another stat update maybe at the All-Star break. Go look at the team. Got 3 games against San Francisco there, just above 500. And we get swept at home. Man, we have to... You're not playing too well right now. We do win 3 in a row now. We've got a big series against the Cubs. We are a half game behind them heading into the All-Star break. DeGrom, Alvarez, and Hinson going in this series for us. Hinson has been solid in that 5th starter spot. Tyler Anderson gets moved to the Angels for Felix Hernandez, Wilmer Flores, and Aaron Altair. 3 veterans right there. That's kind of a weird trade. And then Hinson making his 3rd start in the rotation. Looks like he didn't pitch too well that game. All-Star games in Tampa this year. What? Sanchez is in the home. Finally, we have someone in the home run derby. First time, I'm pretty sure, in this series. But Sanchez has 24 bombs already. Let's take a look at who made the All-Star team for us. So we have DeGrom in there, 2.47 ERA. He's back up to a 92 overall, so he is not regressing quite yet. Osuna is in there. None of our other relievers, kind of surprisingly, like Ken Giles. The All-Star, and, you know, I guess it wasn't this way. I feel like this year in real life, they really got it right with a lot of the All-Stars. There were some snubs, but I think for the most part, they got it right. In this game, it's still a little bit wonky. We have Lindor in there, even though he's cooled off a little bit lately. He's still got 924 OPS. He's at 5.1 WAR already. Awesome. Sanchez, he's probably also at like 5 WAR. Oh my goodness, this season he's having. Yeah, 5.3 WAR. He's having an MVP caliber year. Jason Culver's an all-star again. I really like this guy for Colorado. I don't know why. But his ratings are pretty solid. Those aren't only all-stars. Esposito also made it. 21 home runs. Having another good year at the plate. Marte made it. With that high walk rate, the numbers have come down a little bit, though. So I think we had 5 all-stars. Not too bad. Probably should add more, but that's okay. So thinking about where we want to upgrade this roster, certainly the bullpen, I think there's 2 or 3 spots that are replaceable. Jorge's actually settling in now a little bit as that long man. He's up to an 80 overall, but these 2 spots for sure I think have to be replaced, especially with the amount of work that Vieira is getting. We should probably just release him right now quite frankly, and call up another one of our depth starters to take his spot. Maybe Feliz. Quinn Gutierrez is having a really good year. He doesn't get it done with the strikeout pitch, but he still gets it done. As a starter, though, I don't really have a spot for him in the rotation right now. Could go with Watley, who's having a good year out of the bullpen in AAA. Feliz has been working as a starter, so let's go with Watley, because I think Diekman's spot is also going to be in jeopardy here. So maybe we just let's release Diekman. Honestly, can we dump Diekman in a trade, or I'm just going to DFA him, because I want to get rid of him right now and give some of these other guys like just a couple of weeks to see what they can do out of the bullpen. Like if Watley has a couple good weeks, he's pitching out of the bullpen pretty well in AAA. So if he puts together a couple good weeks as a lefty reliever at the big league level, maybe we just hold on to him and make him and Favre our two lefties. I don't know if that is such a good idea, but we'll see. Let's trade him for this guy, Jeremy Martinez. How much money does he make? It's really the only thing I care about. Nothing, so perfect. Trade Diekman away to the Cardinals. Now we can call up Lozano has also been good. He's also been working out of the bullpen, so maybe we'll call him up too. We'll give a couple of guys a chance at this lefty reliever spot. Lozano had not pitched well early in the year, though, at the big league level before we sent him down in favor of one of our guys. I guess it was... I don't know who it was, actually. Favre, it was. Alright, so we'll sim probably these next 2 weeks, at the very least, before we start thinking about making trade offers. Take 2 or 3 from St. Louis. Now we've got this bad Milwaukee team at home. This has got to be 3 or 4 or a sweep, I think. And it is 3 or 4. Now we go to Colorado. Colorado's got a decent little pitching staff. They have Giolito now, but he's struggling. Can we take 2 of 3? No, we cannot. Now we've got a good San Francisco team here to finish up this little stretch. And I'd love a series win. And we get a sweep. That is a great way to bounce back after the tough Colorado series. So 5 games up on the Cubs now. We are starting to gap the Cubs, which is very, very good. They're 3-7. So we've gained 4 games on them in the last 10. So this is great. So I guess the game thinks we can improve on are defense and speed. Defense certainly would be nice. Speed I'm not too worried about. I'm going to take a quick look at the league leaders, I think. I just want to look at the league leaders in WAR right now. So in the NL, look at that. Sanchez and Lindor are 2 and 3, and then Marte is 11 and Esposito is 13. That's pretty good right there to have 4 guys in the top 13 in the league. That's just the NL, obviously, but if you expand that out to the AL, I think they would all be in the top 30, top 40, I guess. But man, this Miguel Torres trade, he's so good once again. This trade kills me. Look how good he is. He's only 81 overall now. Oh my goodness. At least Meadows is finally breaking out, but man, it stinks not having him. Yoenis Frederick, did we trade this guy? No, I don't think so. I don't think we traded him, but why do I feel like the name rings a bell? This guy, David Dahl, he just got traded, I think from Colorado to the White Sox for Giolito, like literally this season. Definitely seems like the rotation is probably, like if you were going to make a big splash, I mean, the rotation would probably be the spot to upgrade, but I just like the guys we have right now. Keller's getting hot again, and I think, yeah, Tanaka, I think we're still fine with Tanaka and DeGrom, along with Alvarez and Keller, so it's really going to be the bullpen. We'll get Cueto back. Hinson has been really good now. He's made 5 starts, I think. 5 or 6 starts. 6 starts. He's got a 2.39 ERA. The whip is under 1. I'm sure the peripherals aren't that great, but Cueto's out for 3 to 4 more weeks, so we get him back in a month. So we're going to be fine there, I think. This is the trading block. Judge is available. Not too good in this franchise, though. Pollock is available. He's not having... he's having a decent year, actually. We don't really need an outfielder, though. This guy's on the trade block, apparently. Marty Matsuzaka from Oakland. And I would love to trade for him. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I'll probably certainly explore it just because he is on the trade market, but on the trade block. But mostly I'm just looking for relievers right now. Alright, so Marty Matsuzaka appears like it's going to be a little too tough to get. The only way we can do it is if we threw in Rene Velasquez, which I would have considered doing last year, but not this year, the way he's pitching. We pretty much need him in that bullpen, so we're not going to do this trade. Even though it would be great to get a guy like get another young starter like Marty Matsuzaka, but I'm just going to keep looking for relievers. Alright, so one guy I'm going to make a play for is Andres Campos from the Brewers, and the main reason I like this guy is because of that 96 hit per 9, and that really seems to be what works in this game, and especially as a reliever. Pretty much my two most, and you see like the strikeout to walk ratio is not even that good, but the whip is low, the ERA is low. He's signed on a long-term deal, and he's like 85 overall, still rising, only 24 years old, and he's not even going to cost us Eduardo Alez, I think. We can probably get him for a worse pitching prospect, like a Julio Bautista, or, boy, probably even worse than that, maybe even, I don't know, Barry Porter, probably a little too far away for them. So I think we could do Julio Bautista. He's 71 overall now. Maybe we don't even have to do a pitching prospect, although that's pretty much where we have most of our depth. So we could keep up like Elias Diaz. That would be a no-brainer, but that doesn't really make sense for them. Alright, I think since we can get Campos for Randy Bermudez, I'll probably do that. And I kind of forgot about Jorge Osuna, who I might give a shot as the fourth outfielder here soon. If we continue to kind of get bad years from guys like, well, I guess Guerrero's been fine. But Valenzuela, he just doesn't, they don't play him a lot, which is kind of weird. I don't know. But I kind of want to give Osuna a shot at some point. Frazier's been good. I can't send him down. He's 309, 399, 469, and he's up to 80 overall right now. But I'll trade Bermudez happily for Campos. And then I can still go out and get one more reliever. Probably would prefer to get a lefty at this point to pair along with Favre. So the Mets are 7 off the pace in the wild card and 14.5 back in the division. So I think they would potentially be sellers, and they have a nice lefty reliever to trade. The other guy that would be interesting is Sean Doolittle, maybe from, oh yeah, definitely from Toronto. But I think, and I would love to get Andrew Miller, but he is again having a down year, and Cleveland is in first place. But Segrist, Kevin Segrist, I think could be pretty nice to be that first lefty in the bullpen. I don't think he would cost us too much. Probably a solid pitching prospect, but maybe, yeah, we could do Julio Bautista instead of Elez or Quinn Gutierrez or even Mickey Guillen. Probably rather do, would you rather do Julio Bautista than Mickey Guillen? Is a question. Okay, I think I'm going to throw Casey Gillespie in this trade and then try to go out and get a real left-handed bat off the bench that isn't Robert Woodson. That way we have a real platoon partner for Carlos Rubio, because Rubio, he's been solid, but it'd be nice to have some sort of left-handed option for first base. But we can do Casey Gillespie and Luis Escobar for Kevin Segrist, so we're going to do that trade. And then we're going to send down both Wadley and Lozano. Neither of them had been pitching well. So we keep all of our good pitching prospects pretty much, and we add to our bullpen. Now our bullpen is looking pretty solid. We got 2 lefties. We got Jorge. We got plenty of guys for this spot if Jorge starts to struggle. We got Hinson in there. Hinson probably takes that spot when Cueto gets back, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe Cueto doesn't come back till September. But now we have a vacancy on our bench for a bat, another bat at first base. Don't really need him to be an outfielder. We have outfield options, and we have infield options too, so we really can just be a mashing first base bat, but preferably a lefty. And look at Eric Dames having quite the year in Detroit. I knew I should have. I really wanted to bring him back. I kind of want to just trade for him back, quite frankly, but I'm just so confident with him at the plate is the thing. I wonder what it would take to get him back. Probably not a ton. Donald Aoki and something else, perhaps. Maybe I'd give up Valenzuela, although the way Seager is playing right now, he might need another third base option. We have Tommy Paris, some middle infield prospects, perhaps. We definitely give up this guy, Hashimoto, because we kind of passed up on him as that fourth outfielder, potentially for a few different opportunities. Yeah, we could do Hashimoto and not even Aoki, someone else. Maybe Jeremy Martinez. So we're going to get Eric Dames back because we never should have gotten rid of him in the first place. Oh, it's an interesting offer, but it's not what they're looking for. Okay. Are they... I'd assume Detroit's out of it. Detroit's not that good in this franchise. Oh no, they're actually a game and a half out, so maybe they're not... Okay, they're not going to trade Dames. That stinks. I really should have just brought in Dames back. Ugh. Bellinger's up to a 90 overall now. Wow, he's finally breaking out 29 home runs. The trade deadline. There's Rowdy Tellez, who's hitting 302 this year for St. Louis. He could be a good left-handed option. Alright, so I'm taking a quick look at the free agents to see if there's anyone, but I don't really think Pedro Alvarez is a good option. Or any of these guys, quite frankly. Now, it could really play any position is the thing. So I'm looking at all bats. Maybe Josh Reddick, but Reddick did have a good year. Ooh, wow, he's coming off a good year in Miami. Pretty surprised he didn't get signed, but his ratings are not that good. Although pretty good, decent against righties, but all in all, not too great. So I think because there are really no good free agents to sign, I think my best bet is going to be Matt Adams. I don't really see too many good left-handed options, but Matt Adams from this Braves team, I'm assuming this Braves team is, they might be half decent. What's their starters like? They're probably not that good. So I think we're fine. Trading for him, he's in the last year of his contract. Could get him for pretty cheap. Could they use another catcher, perhaps? Do it for Elias Diaz, why not? So we get Adams. Adams becomes that guy. I did not mean to sign Mauricio Dubon, but I accidentally double-clicked X and signed him for like 5 years. And yeah, so I'm probably going to trade him whenever I get the chance, but send him down for now. Swear that was a mistake. I really did not mean to get him. Alright, so I think we're pretty much set now. I like where our bullpen is. Lineup. We've got Adams, who could play. I'm going to continue to play Rubio every day, but against righties, I'll certainly want to get Adams in there occasionally. And he also is just a good bat to have off the bench. We have to face a lefty in the playoffs. We would have Guerrero and this Valenzuela. Valenzuela pretty much is the same against righties and lefties, but he's solid both ways. And I do want to give him a shot, even though he just hasn't really been used that much. And you see Meadows has really gone cold now. This is, man, the Miguel Torres trade continues to haunt me. But alright, I think that is going to do it for the trade deadline. So let's skip forward a few more days. See if we get any offers. Split the first 2 games against San Diego. It is trade deadline day now. So taking one more look at the team. And I think we are going to be all set in terms of making more moves. I'm pretty satisfied with all of the guys occupying the roster spots that they occupy. We have Carlos Rubio. We'll see. Today's, I don't know how that happened, but we'll see if he is worth replacing Eric Thames with. Letting Thames go, I still think that could come back to haunt us, but simulate a few more weeks here. Why not? It's been a pretty short episode so far. Keep active, Barry Porter. See how we do. Ooh, Woodson is back, so he's healthy now in AAA. Kuiper, I probably should have put him on the DL, but whoops. Saldalgo still is out. Keep him active. We got 4 games against Detroit. Osuna to the 10-day DL. Split those 4. Campos. Alright, we're good. We're good. So we're 75 and 43. Game and a half up on the Cubs now. So the Cubs have rebounded. And it's the waiver wire. I want to see who's available on trade waivers. Alright, I'm going to make another trade for a lefty reliever here. Gabriel Colon, 20 years old, available from the Phillies organization. It's just going to cost us Chad Bates and probably one other prospect that isn't completely terrible. See, it would be ideal if it was JT Brubaker. Maybe, kind of don't. Yeah, we could do Brandon Waddell. So we get Colon. But I think that's probably going to be the only guy we go after. Henry Owens, he's actually not bad in this. I don't know how, but he's turned into a half-decent player. It's because his walks per 9 isn't 12 like it should be. A 12 rating, a literal 12 rating. Glass now, he's really never put it together for Milwaukee. Milwaukee also has Justin Turner who they're making available, but he's had a down year this year. Alright, so no one really good on trade waivers right now. I might check back at the end of the month. Let's go to this series. Meadows is out for 1 to 2 weeks. Put him on the DL and call up. Let's call up Jose Osuna. Actually, he's hurt right now. Could call up Mike Kuiper. I think he's not hurt. Yep. And playing right field, we'll put Rubio in right field, and then maybe do Adams in there against righties. Do that. Who's our DH in this situation? It's Marlette over Frazier. I don't think so. We can actually do Frazier in right field. That'll be better. And then against DHs, we'll keep it like that. And against the lefties, we'll put Guerrero in there in right field. We can swap. Can't swap him in Esposito, actually. We can put Rubio out there, I guess, and do Esposito at first base, perhaps, or Guerrero can just play first base. Doesn't matter. All right, skip forward another week. Osuna is still out for a day or two. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Cueto is back, okay. So we get Cueto back. He's 79 overall now. I don't really want to take Hinson out of the rotation for him. No, he's 84. Well, I guess we'll send Jorge down. Even though he's been good, he doesn't really deserve to be sent down. And he's going to have to go through waivers. That could be tough. I wish I could have sent Cueto on a minor league rehab assignment until September 1st. That would have been the ideal way to go about business. But alright, it is going to be Jorge going through waivers, and I bet he gets claimed, unfortunately. Osuna is ready to come up, so I could call him up for Kuiper. I think I will do that. Send him down. Add Osuna to the 40-man. Finally give him a chance. And we'll go through this LA series. Doesn't appear that Jorge got claimed. I don't know if guys get claimed off waivers. Seems like it doesn't really happen in this game. We just took 3 or 4 from the Dodgers. So we are 4 games up on the Cubs now. And let's see. Yeah, we'll check trade waivers one more time. I don't think anyone else is really going to be available, but Alex Cobb is. He was not previously. So there could be some more guys. Saw Oliver Wilson is available. He's having a really down year for Detroit. Alright, no one too interesting on trade waivers. So let's just get to August 31st. Ooh, Meadows is back. So we'll send down Osuna. And Meadows is back in there at right field. I guess this lineup is fine. I'm not going to worry about that lineup too much right now. Sure, it'll be fine pretty much no matter what. And, Meadows, torn finger ligament, 1 to 2 months. That's a big blow. So it happens right on August 31st. He could be out for some of the playoffs. We do have some options, you know, to plug guys in at right field. We can play Rubio out there. We have options at first base. But if we plug Rubio in out there, it would be ideal to have a lefty backup. I guess that guy would be Adam Frazier. So we could essentially platoon Frazier and Rubio out there. Or maybe have Rubio still play every day, but against lefties have another right-handed option to play first base, which could be Rico Guerrero. But in his place, I think we'll call up Jose Osuna. Whoops, what did I just do? Okay, no, it's fine. The question is, do I want to potentially get a guy like one of these guys, Tom Schutzel, or one of my really speedy minor leaguers up, and potentially use him in a pinch runner kind of role? Because I don't really think we have that kind of guy on our bench right now. Yeah, we really don't. But at the same time, our starters are so good that it's like, I wouldn't really pinch run for, maybe I'd pinch run for like Kyle Seager. Probably not Sanchez though, probably not Vina. Maybe Rubio. Rubio is really, really slow, I didn't realize. Alright, so I think we're good as is. I don't think I'm going to go out and make a waiver trade because I think Osuna is probably a better option in my opinion than... I mean, the only thing a guy like Danny Santana does bring is he does have that speed element. Could potentially be that pinch runner type. But other than him, I don't really think that option is out there. Wilson, they're not going to trade because he's hurt right now. He's that torn hamstring. He's out for the rest, about a month more. Billy Burns does bring that speed aspect. He doesn't have a good steal rating, which is kind of weird. So I say we're going to be fine with Osuna. Let's skip forward one more day. God, we got swept by the Cubs there. So it's getting pretty close. Maybe I'll play forward all the way to the playoffs. Why not? We'll just sim. See if we win the division. Calabaro out for a month or two. See if and when Meadows comes back. He'll come back at some point. It's just a question of is it going to be before the playoffs start, after the playoffs start. Still out for a month or two, so probably going to be after the playoffs start. We are not really playing great right now. Cubs are a game and a half up on us. That's not good. We finished. We don't have any more games against the Cubs either. Do play some bad teams here, back to back. These are 6 games against bad teams, and we only went 3-3. It was really not good, man. Game off on the Cubs, but 2 back in the loss column. Now we've got St. Louis. We just swept them. That's good. So 5 games left in the year. Still a game off the Cubs pace. At least we're only a game back in the loss column now. So these are 5 big games against Washington and Baltimore. Baltimore's not that good, but Washington is very good this year. So we're going to have to, hopefully, honestly, hopefully we sweep Baltimore. I think we got to, we pretty much are going to need to. Let's see. We do sweep Baltimore. We've won 5 in a row now, 158. And wow, the Cubs lose 2 in a row. We've jumped a game ahead of them now, heading into the series with Washington. So this is big. I'm going to quick manage these games. Glad I decided to play this, or simulate this, all the way through. That's Washington. I need Chicago's schedule. Chicago plays Milwaukee. No, they play Cincinnati. They play one more game against St. Louis and then Cincinnati. So that's pretty much just as bad. So we have a tough opponent. They do not. We'll see how it goes. We've got 4 games against Washington, actually. I didn't even realize, not 3. So, alright. Let's quick manage. We're going to quick manage each one of these. Alternate 2. Cueto on the mound. He has been kind of cold since coming off the DL. Keller has also not been great lately. Keller probably gets that game 4 start, but we could go with Hinson here. Kind of, just because Cueto hasn't really been that good since coming off the DL. I'm tempted to go with Hinson. I say we do it. We're going to go with the man who has been hot for us all year against Matt Weisler. I'm going to skip Woodson. Skip. Alright, here we go. Let's go half inning. And we jump out. Now it's 1-1 now. 3-1. 4-3. As the offense is starting to take over. Hinson running into some trouble. Not a great start from him. I think his day's going to be done. Leadoff double for Rubio. Let's pinch it. They got a righty on the mound, so we can go with probably Matt Adams here. And they go with the lefty. We have a deep enough bench. We're going to counter. We're going to counter with Rico Guerrero. Pop out, fly out, and ground out. Too bad. Pitching change. We'll go with... Got plenty of guys rested. Wow, Boyce is up to a 99 overall now. Holy smokes. We'll go with Campos. See if he can go multiple innings here, perhaps. Not the way this is going. All right. Top of the 7th, 1 out double from Seager. They're bringing a righty. They get out of it. Campos working in a 2nd inning, and he gives up a solo home run. So it's 5-3 Washington now. His night will be done after that inning. We're gonna pinch it for him with. They got a righty on the mound. We'll go with Robert Woodson. Pitching change, maybe Jorge. Ground out, strikeout. Last chance here for us. They go with Ken Giles. The leadoff man does walk. Fielder's choice. Esposito with the flyout. Seager the last chance. 2-run home run ties the game. Kyle Seager, his 3rd hit of the day. Maybe he's finally getting hot at the right time. And now we can go to a pitching change. We'll turn it over to... Let's go to Barrett Boyce here since he's the 99 overall. Why not? Pop out and ground out. So now it's Marlette leading things off. Single. A walk for Vina. 2 men on for Rubio. Facing a lefty. He grounds out, but we're going to pinch it here. Against the lefty with Jose Osuna. No relation to Roberto. He walks. Marte up with 1 out. Fielder's choice. 2 outs now. Single, that gives us the lead from Francisco Lindor. Now they bring in Davies to face Esposito. He doubles. That scores 2 more. They throw out the other man at home. But that gives us a 3-run lead heading into the 9th. We've got Osuna, or heading into the 10th, I should say, bottom half of the 10th. 2 men on to the tying run to the plate in the form of Trevor Story. You know he can hit the long ball. He walks. Winning run at the plate now. Sack fly. 2 away. Cisco. They're going to bring in a pinch runner at 3rd, even though that run's not that important. And Cisco is out, so that closes out the game. Osuna, his 56th save. Boyce gets his 4th win. Seager is your player of the game. We are now still just 1 up on the Cubs. They won their matchup with the Cardinals. So they start their 3-game set with Cincinnati. We continue our 4-game set against the Nationals with Mitch Keller on the mound. And he will be opposed by Enny Romero. This is no time to get Donald Aoki in the game. We need to win this division. This is big. Could end up playing a game 163 for the 2nd straight year. It is Mitch Keller on the mound. We got him a 3-2 lead. He's doing fine so far. Let's see if we get a big inning here. I might pinch it for him. Alright, so this probably is his last inning. If he can get out of it. 2 outs now. Severino, he strikes him out. Alright, so Keller's night is going to... Whoops. Well, I didn't mean to do that. His night still might be done. He's got the number 9 man up. We'll let him face him at least. They bring a pinch hitter. Fly out. Now he's got Robles. Ground out. Harper, I think we're going to take him out for. Let's go to Kevin Segrist, the lefty. They got two big lefties in this lineup, Harper and Freeman. Segrist does get the out he needed, so we head to the 8th, still up by a run. Middle of the lineup due up for us, nothing going there. So we could, yeah, let's turn the game over to Barrett Boyce now. Working for the second straight day. He gets a clean 8th, he gets through clean 8th. Zach Davies on. 2-out double for Carlos Rubio. We're going to pinch hit with Adam Frazier. He grounds out. So we're going to go to Osuna here in the 9th, looking for his 57th save. I would bet that leads the league. They get the tying run on second with 1 out, though. Pinch hitter is Chance Sisco. He grounds out. 2 away for Victor Robles, and he grounds out. The Pirates take their, what, 6th straight win right there, looks like. And their 2nd in a row against the Nats. So we are up now 2 games on the Cubs. So a win or a Cubs loss clinches us the division. The Nationals have nothing to play for. They have clinched their division, and they are, I guess, battling the Rockies for playoff seeding at this point. Just going to be whoever gets home field in that first round. We might be facing the Dodgers again in the wild card, or the Cubs. It's going to be Dodgers or Cubs if we do win the division in that first round. Keller has 18 wins, and Osuna does lead the league with 57 saves. So we've got now 1 more game. 2 more games, I should say. This video is probably running on a little bit longer than I wanted it to now, but that's okay. If we win this game, then we do clinch, so I won't have to play the last one. I think did I select quick manage? I don't even know now. No! I did not mean to simulate that. Whoops. Well, we get the win anyway. That was a great live reaction. Osuna gets another save. 4-1 is the final score, so we are division champions. Tanaka, 7 innings, 1 run. 103 wins now. We're 3 up on Chicago, so that does it. We don't even need to pitch DeGrom here in this game. Let's pitch Cueto since he hasn't gone. He did not take his last turn through. And we lose that game, but we finish 103-59. We're moving on to the playoffs. We will face the winner of the wild card game. That is going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'm out.